Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of
My Waifu
and me. And on today's episode, we are bringing you our final manga haul of 2022. And what that means is we have actually stacked up quite a bit of stuff since moving into our new place. And honestly, yeah, we just have a lot of volumes that we really want to show you guys, tell you a little about. Honestly, we've actually read like a lot of this since picking it up. Like, I feel like we've been grabbing out of this haul pile this whole time and just like reading volumes right out of it. So I'm really excited to show you guys what we picked up. It's a lot. So buckle up, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope you guys sit back, get cozy, right? Get cozy and enjoy all of the stuff that we picked up to end off 2022. This haul, we are going to be trying something kind of new. We've split the haul up into publishers. So if you're interested in a specific publisher, you can skip ahead in the chapters down below and potentially take a look at what we picked up from each specific publisher. We thought this would be a nice way to just sort of, I don't know, just kind of chop the haul up a little bit. So if you knew like where you started and stopped, you could skip ahead. So we'll start with some of the bigger publishers like Viz and Kodansha. And we're going to take a look at those, and then we're going to get into some of the smaller publishers that we picked up. But the actual books that we picked up within each publisher, we just kind of tossed them together. So it's just kind of hard to break that up because some of it's new releases, some of it's stuff we found secondhand, some of it's, you know, yada, yada, yada. But if you guys enjoy our manga hauls, if you enjoy our shopping vlogs, all that good stuff, make sure that you guys hit that like button. Comment down below what was the best thing that you picked up in the end of 2022, and or what is your favorite thing that we picked up in this haul. And make sure that you also smash that subscribe button because that helps us to grow within the YouTube algorithm, which is so awesome. So if you're enjoying this content, someone else out there probably will enjoy it too. And we want to make sure it gets to those people as well, okay? So let's get right into the haul. I think, Waifu, you should start us out. What is the first Viz volume or volumes that you wanted to show off?
Okay, the first couple of Viz volumes that I want to show off are just some, classic single looking, this size type of volumes. So we got Ottoman Volume 2, picked that up at a half price, left the sticker on there. We also have Volume 4 of Kaiju number 8. This is probably about where I left off reading it online.
Me too.
So definitely excited to keep reading that as the volumes keep coming out.
I might go back to the digital. I don't know. It's good.
Yeah, it's really fun. Love Kaijus. So then we have Jujutsu Kaisen number 18. This is also kind of where I left off digitally, so I'll probably also pick it back up physically as this continues to come out. We also got this at half price, not fully half price, but
right.
They do have a reduced price at that store
if
you go and buy new releases. So we got it for $7.99 instead of $9.99, which is always really great. And then recently I got 789 of Renee by Rumiko Takahashi. I'm working on collecting all of her series, so I decided to go ahead and pick these up. Got these buy two get one free at Madness Comics in Plano. Is it Plano? Yeah. Plano, Dallas area. You know if you live here. And yep, excited to keep collecting that.
So you're like almost a fourth of the way through that series now.
Almost, yeah. The problem is, I guess Volume 2 is just like completely out of stock everywhere now, and I regret not buying it earlier.
Hey, if y'all see Renee Volume 2, please hit us up. It seems like every other volume is pretty in stock, but that's definitely a series that Waifu is going to be excited to read in the future.
Yes.
So the next quick Viz pickup we want to do is the Bleach box set number 1. So here's the deal with this. Waifu and I have both seen all of Bleach at this point, up to where they are in the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. I have personally read most of the manga, and Waifu actually read a big chunk of the manga as well using the Shonen Jump app. I actually read it back when it was first releasing. I've always wanted to collect the series because it is one of my favorites, but I kind of have just been waiting for the right price on these box sets. And so this box set came up on a website I had never heard of. I might try to like put it on screen. I can't even remember what it's called right now off the top of my head. Website I never heard of. One of those Manga Alert Twitter accounts, I think it was Manga Alerts, tweeted about it. And it was for like $89 or something. And I was like, you know what? No better time than the present to buy Bleach box set 1. So I got it in, and it was brand new and in perfect condition. So if you didn't know, Bleach box set 1 comes with volumes 1 through 21, as well as, I think it's like a little collectible poster in here. I'm not going to go through all these covers. I think people have seen Bleach covers enough. It's arguably one of the most popular manga series in the world, but it is one of my personal favorites. It's actually the first anime that I ever watched subtitled as a kid, which is like such a weird memory to have, but it's the first anime I ever watched subtitled. I watched it as it was releasing from like the Bound arc all the way to the end of the original series, which is so cool to think about. And I was reading the manga weekly at that point as well. But strangely enough, I've never read Thousand Year Blood War. So I have been watching the anime, and it's awesome. The first core was so sick. I'm super excited to finally see the end of Bleach, which I don't know, I'm being weird about it, but I would like to actually collect all of them in these box sets. So hopefully box set 2 and 3 in the future, but really excited to add box set 1 to the collection for such a good price at only like $89.
Next, we have Mao 7 and 8, also Rumiko Takahashi, since we're on that topic. I'm just picking these up as they release. I actually haven't read these 2 yet, but I am caught up to 6, so that's great. Also, Prince Freya, which it felt like it wasn't releasing for such a long time, and now they're actually releasing them again, so definitely planning to catch up with that.
Yeah, I think 8 might even already be out. Is that right?
I think it is.
I think it is.
But yeah, and talk about another one that is slow playing, Golden Kamui, which for me, it's over in Japan,
right,
and I'm kind of at this point just waiting for it to release English
so you can binge it.
So I can binge it through the end. So I haven't even read this one. You can see it's sealed still, but it still is one of my favorite series, even though they are publishing it just slower than a snail. So
yeah, should wrap up. I think that they'll put the last 4 out next year. I think that's what's scheduled right now. So by the end of next year, they should have up through 31 published.
Yeah, for sure. I hope that's the case. Next, picked up Maid-sama, the 2-in-1 at half price, $7.50. Pretty good deal. I had been wanting to pick it up, and seeing it at half price, as you know, we like to just pick up stuff for really cheap, so couldn't beat that deal. And then lastly, we have Zom 100 Volume 8, and Jerry and I are both caught up reading through this, and I recently just caught up. But it's been fun. I think it's just kind of dragging a little bit.
It's at the point where like you start to realize that this is a slice of life zombie manga. It is not a plot zombie manga. So if you're in it for some sort of like overarching or moving plot, it is really not that. It's much more episodic. So just know that going in before you start buying Zom if you haven't already. It is more slice of life and a little bit more episodic. So the tales are a little more one-off, you know, but the characters are fun. They're funny. I'm still enjoying it as of this volume. Yeah,
me too. And I do lean more towards wanting kind of a story when I read manga. So I think that is why I struggle with that. And I struggle with Komi also. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. I think as long as Jerry wants to keep buying it, I'll
keep buying Zom. I've read it all, so I'm not gonna give up until I eventually decide I hate it or something. But I don't hate it so far.
I'm interested to see how it ends.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. All right, so I've got a couple more Viz manga to get into it. So first, Spy Family Volume 8. Waifu and I have both read this. We both really enjoy Spy Family. If you're reading it, this is a big chunk of an actual arc. One thing about Spy Family is knowing that it does have a lot of more slice of life content. It's world building. It's fun world building. It's character stuff. Enjoyed Volume 8 though, because it is actually like a fun plot focus on Yor actually, which I had a good time with. I also picked up Rooster Fighter Volume 2, and I did already read this one. This series is bonkers. If you haven't picked it up yet, this is a comedy. Just know that it's not meant to be serious, but the art is really fun, and the roosters and the kaijus are really cool. So definitely pick it up. Also picked up volumes 4 and 5 of Sakamoto Days. I have read both of these as well. And yeah, this is like shonen good right here. Like
Sakamoto Days is awesome.
Oh my gosh. I love these 2 volumes. And oh my gosh, yeah. If you really want something that's just a great blend of comedy, but still having a nice action focus and clearly having like a moving forward plot, Sakamoto Days is the way to go. Starts a little slow. I think I agree with that, but it's not too slow. It's still very enjoyable in the beginning. And the arc that they're in right now, I'm having a blast as of volume 5. Not really spoilers, I don't know. The prisoners that they're fighting, it's really cool. I also picked up a couple new singles. If anyone has been watching our channel, I've been trying to put together the singles for this set pretty much since day 1 of making this channel.
Day 1.
Still working on it because I just don't like paying a ton for each volume. But I ran into volume 21 for $4.99 of Shaman King. Volume 22 for $15 of Shaman King, and volume 32, and you guys are going to be disappointed in me, I paid $30. This is the maximum amount I will pay for a single volume of manga. So I said, you know what? It's $30, I'll do it. So I picked it up. This is the final volume, actually, of the original Viz Media print run. You can actually see this awesome final volume on the back there. I'm so close to having a complete run of the singles in really good condition. and I mainly have gotten them from Half Price Books and other, sellers. You can pick this series up in the new Kodansha 3-in-1s. I also purchased those, and you will see I actually bought a new one in this haul. But I have been slowly trying to collect all the singles. I think I'm just missing a couple. I think it's like 23, 24, 23, 24, and 26, and then 31. I think so. I think I'm 4 away from a complete single set, and mine are in really, so far I've gotten so lucky on finding good deals on really good condition ones.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of my favorite series of all time, and I have no other things to say about it. Beautiful protagonist, great series. I also picked up Alice in Borderland Volumes 3 and 4. Also read both of these already off the shelf. And oh my gosh, I want the rest of this manga. So cool. Such a fun, oh my god. Yeah, I'm into it. And I think that at the pace they're printing these, it should get all the series printed out by close to the end of next year or beginning of the year after. I think they're printing them like every 2 months or something like that. And there's only going to be, I think, 9 of these, if my memory serves, because they're 2-in-1s. I think the original series was like 18 volumes. I think that's right. So I think it's going to be 9 2-in-1s. But I love this. This wrapped up the first major arc and started into the second major arc, I believe, as of the end of Volume 4, and having a blast with it. And then Volume 6 and 7 of the hardcovers of Fist of the North Star. These are awesome because we actually got Volume 7 at the Barnes & Noble 50% off hardcover sale. Awesome deal if you guys didn't take advantage of that. Fantastic. I love Fist of the North Star. It is monster of the week to some degree. That's how I would describe it, because it's a lot of Kinshiro kind of wandering the wasteland, taking care of things that he goes through. But there is an overarching villain that gets introduced in I think he was in Volume 5 mostly. And honestly, that is when I was totally bought in. And so if you're not bought in after Volume 5, it might be tough for you, but such beautiful artwork, incredibly well done series. I really love Fist of the North Star. And then also a couple new series that I've started to collect. Dawn to Dawn, Volume 1. I have read this. I have read probably the first 30 chapters, I think, via the Shonen Jump app. So I'm not sure how many volumes that's going to equate to. This, I was hyping this series up when it first came out on the Shonen Jump app. I will keep hyping it up. It is a fantastic shonen from one of the previous assistants of Tatsuki Fujimoto. Really cool, great themes, really pretty artwork, a lot of fun, okay? Look back from Tatsuki Fujimoto himself. We actually got really lucky with this. Someone must have bought this new and dropped it off half price. So we got it for $6.49 already. And this thing came out a couple months ago. Yeah. Read this already. Awesome one-off. Really happy they printed it. I really like to have it on the shelf with my other Fujimoto works. If you haven't read it, I don't want to spoil it. But it is a little bit of, there's some triggering content is what I would say. So prepare yourself for that. But a really cool story about a person that draws manga, which I don't know if that's biographical for Fujimoto or I don't know. Next, I picked up the Hunters Guild Red Hood, my favorite canceled Shonen Jump series. One of my favorite. I have 3 favorite canceled Shonen Jumps. This one's awesome. I get it. It's only 3 volumes. Yes, it was canceled. The ending is really rough of this series. But there are so many cool concepts, so many cool ideas in this series that I think it's worth it if you want something... especially if you read it on the Shonen Jump app and you really liked it, buy the print run. I don't know if that'll do anything, but seriously, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to put it on my shelf. I think these look beautiful. They did a really good job with the printing. Seriously, Hunters Guild Red Hood. And then, oh man, I started down another rabbit hole of collecting. I don't know what I'm doing. Picked up Real Volume 1. I read this series actually a long time ago when I was younger, and I loved it. I never completed what had been written at the time, but the author has actually started to write more now. So they're putting a lot of these back into print. So if you have not picked up Real, you should. It is the story of a young man, and it talks about wheelchair basketball, which is really cool. There's a lot of very touching and heartwarming and very human aspects to this series. I would encourage anyone who really likes realistic drama, but also likes it to have that shonen or seinen tint to it. This is a good way to go. I don't think that you lose out by reading Real. I think this is really a fantastic series, and you should try it. And I am happy to finally start collecting this series because, it's going to be a blast to get it all and to reread it because I haven't read it in so long, and then also to get to continue reading it. So fantastic. I'm happy they're reprinting it. Hopefully more of these to come in later hauls.
So last bit of my Viz pickups are some big boys. We got Maison Ikoku Volume 9. 10 just came out. It's in our Right Stuff order. It is coming to us, and that's the end.
Yeah, I believe that's
I'm really excited. I'm not caught up with reading it yet. I think I need to read Volume 8 and then 9, then 10. So,
fantastic.
That's awesome. Such a great series. Really love it. This has been restocking Children of the Sea Volume 1. I recently read Witches by the same author, and that came out very recently, if you're familiar with that. Really was impressed by it, so I wanted to pick up his other series, which I've heard good things about as well. So I picked that up. And then, as part of the Barnes 50% off hardcover sale, we got Orochi 1, 2, and 3 by Kazuo Omez, who is really awesome. I read all of Dissolving Classroom this year, and it was really awesome, so I knew I wanted to get more of his stuff. So what a great time to pick this up.
Oh my gosh. And we got lucky. 3 like just came out. So
yeah, 3 just came out. I think there's one more left. So
I think 4 is gonna be the last one.
Yeah, we'll pick it up when it comes out. But yeah, super excited to read this.
That's gonna be great.
And then the newest Junji Ito release, Black Paradox. Love this cover so much.
So much.
It's so cool. I love anything Junji Ito. We love anything Junji Ito.
We do.
Really.
We do.
So super, super excited to dig into this.
And this is another one of those. We found this at half price for $15.99.
Yeah,
it was another like new at half price or whatever. So I don't know what's going on with that. There's a lot of half price that are stocking up on new Viz, Kodansha titles. They're marking them down below retail, and you can pick them up brand new
$2 to $5 off.
Yeah.
Cover price.
Yeah. So this one was $4 off just because. So, and it's brand new. Yeah. So fantastic.
It's a great deal if you can get it.
All right. So the last of my Viz pickups are actually a couple miscellaneous finds from out at Half Price Books. So this is the end of our Viz part of the video. So first, I actually, not from Half Price Books, I did get volume 17 of Zatch Bell. This is a huge shout out to my buddy Asian Mirror Anthony. He sent this to me for a really good price. He knows I'm collecting it. I currently need volumes 12 through 16, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 18 all the way to the end. So if anyone has any leads on any of that, that would be fantastic to really help me out with completing the set. I've been rereading Zatch Bell. It's something that I was into a long time ago, and it's actually, I think it holds up pretty well, actually, surprisingly. At half price, though, I did find the Super Mario Manga Mania. I have no idea why I bought this. It was $4.99. Honestly, it's like a 1-volume Mario manga. I'm probably going to read this and immediately realize that it might have to go right back to half price, but it seems fun and goofy and like a nice little collectible as a Mario fan. I picked it up because I was like, oh, $5. I'll read the Mario manga for $5, bro. So we'll see how it goes. If I end up loving it, then obviously it's going to stay. And honestly, it might stay anyway, just because it's a nice little cool like collectible thing as like a Mario fan. So we'll see. And then I found this series at Half Price Books as well. So I found QQ Sweeper volumes 1, 2, and volume 3. And they were all $4.99 a volume. So I got the whole set for about $15. And to my understanding, this is the prequel series to Queen's Quality, which is a very popular sort of shonen. I want to say it's shonen. Lord Jesus Christ. I'm going to shoujo action series to my understanding. So it's more of a shoujo action series, which really interested me. I read sort of the synopsis and I really wanted to pick it up. So I decided to grab it. If I end up really loving this, I definitely want to try Queen's Quality. I know a lot of our friends are picking up Queen's Quality. So I'm excited to try QQ Sweeper and then maybe start picking up Queen's Quality, which I think already has like 20 volumes or something. I don't know.
That's big.
Yeah, I know, right? With that, we have now concluded the Viz section of the video. We're going to move over to our friends, Kodansha. So let's take a look at all of the Kodansha pickups that we had for the end of 2022. All right, so let's get into our Kodansha volumes for the end of 2022. The first one I want to show, I picked up, well, you picked up? One of us picked up volume 1 of this series a long time ago.
I think I did.
And it was a little beat up, but ever since reading Akane Banashi on the Shonen Jump app this year, which has become one of my favorite like hit manga of 2022, I've been wanting to go back to this series because we only had volume 1, and surprise, Right Stuff during its holiday sale put all of these volumes on sale, and I said, waifu, I'm gonna do it. So I picked up volumes 1 through 10, and these are such beautiful color spines. Volumes 2 through 10 of Descending Stories, Showa, Genroku, Rakugo, Shinju. So this is another manga, to my understanding, about Rakugo, which is sort of a, I don't even know what to call it.
It's like the art of storytelling.
Yeah, it's like a performance art type thing. It almost feels like stand-up comedy to an extent, but there are lots of not comedic Rakugo stories, to my understanding. So if you Google like Rakugo and watch videos on YouTube of actual people doing it in real life, you might get kind of a handle on what it is. But it's an interesting Japanese art form is what I would call it. And this kind of tells the stories of to my understanding, people that are in it as well. Different than Akane Banashi, which follows like Akane Banashi is awesome. You should just read it.
It's so good.
But
It's
Descending
so good.
Stories, another story about Rakugo, and this is the complete series. So at 10 volumes, we now have all of it. So I'm really excited to continue to get in to that. All right, so the rest of my like Kodansha proper prints that I have are Blue Lock Volume 3. We do need to get Volume 4, which is already out. Read this one. It's awesome. I don't know what to say, honestly. Like, if you like sports manga, you might actually not like this. And I respect that. That's fine. It's not a traditional shonen sports series. It kind of focuses in more on the psychological part of it being like almost, it's not a death game. Nobody dies in the series, but it's an elimination game. And that is more front and center than the fact that it's about soccer. So don't go into this thinking you're getting Haikyuu 2. You know, this is a very different type of series, but I'm enjoying it nonetheless. I think it's really cool. Also, obviously picked up, and I already talked about Shaman King and this all. This is 31, 32, 33. I believe there's only one more, and then we're done. Yeah, there's one more of these omnibuses, and then we're done. I'm really hoping, Kodansha, if you're watching, please print Shaman King Zero and Shaman King Flowers for me. I would like to have both those series as a part of the set as well. That'd be so awesome. Thank you so much if you hear this. I also did pick up at the Barnes half price sale Noise, which is a one-off volume that actually predates the series Blam or Blame, however you prefer to say it. And this is sort of like the prequel series by Satomu Nihei. It's a re-release. It came out by Tokyopop a long time ago. A little tough to find, but they have now re-released it. Kodansha has. I also picked up new at half price, PTSD Radio Volume 1. And like I said, $15.99, just like Black Paradox, which was awesome. This was really cool. Strange, creepy. It's creepy. A little disjointed storytelling-wise, but I actually kind of liked that. The story is sort of intentionally misleading and jumps around, and that's what I had a lot of fun with. One of my favorite techniques that this author uses is like it's like a page flip jump scare. It's like, you know it's coming, and then you like turn the page and it's like, boo, you know, like, and I kind of like that. I thought it was fun. I'm excited to read more of this. I do believe it's on like an extended hiatus because the author got like too creeped out or something. He's like having weird stuff happen to him like IRL is what he's claiming. I don't know. It's weird, but I liked this. It was nice horror, really well drawn. And I haven't read this one yet, but I did pick it up because I was just in a horror mood at the end of 2022 after Halloween and stuff. I got Be Very Afraid of Kanako Inuki. This one looks really awesome. I think the artwork looks really gorgeous, and I know it's just a one-off. This volume is at least, but I'd like to get more from Kanako Inuki. I hope they publish more from that author as well. But this volume, pretty sweet.
My Kodansha pickups, not as many as Jerry, but here we go. I got Hirojime My Hero Volume 2, got it at half price, so I just wanted to start collecting these.
Yeah, you got Volume 1 a while ago.
I've been really invested in getting BL manga, so I've heard this is a good one.
Yep.
So here we go. So that's that first one. I also got Blue Period 9, 10, and 11, and I am caught up with this. It is just so good, so amazing. I love Blue Period so much, but man, the main character Yuguchi he just goes through so much,
right.
And it like makes you anxious and depressed, you know? Like it brings me back to my uncertain college days where I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do, and all those feelings just get like dredged up when I'm reading this. And I'm just like, oh god, it's like an existential dread. But it's still amazing. I love it. Art's incredible. Watch the anime if you haven't either. And then a couple of volumes of Say I Love You 7 and 8. Found these at half price book also. I'm filling out this collection as well. Just another romance series that I was interested in. Still need to read it, but
yep.
But I've heard it's really cute. So there's that. I also picked this up at half price, Interviews with Monster Girls. We actually watched the first episode of the anime a couple years ago. I actually really liked it, and I wanted to watch more, but you know, nowadays I just prefer reading manga anyway, so picking it up for half price, great way to get into that story. Then we also are picking up the new hardcovers of Parasite, the 1.5 editions, or
yeah, I don't know how many is in each one.
But Kodansha is printing these, and it's so good.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Gorgeous.
Full color.
Yeah, full.
The inside is full color, which is so cool.
Full color.
Full color.
Also got this at half price, so it was $4 off the listing price. But I also had sold some books that day, so we got like an extra $5 off just because of the money that I got back from selling back my books.
W.
Yeah. We actually watched all of Parasite.
Loved it.
Back in the day when it was coming out. Really loved it. I'm going to really enjoy revisiting it in the manga, especially in this edition.
Gosh.
And then lastly, as another pickup with the Barnes hardcover half price sale, we are starting to fill out our Cardcaptor Sakura I don't even know, collector's edition by Clamp, and yeah, they are so cool.
These are gorgeous.
They're so cool looking. We both watched Cardcaptor Sakura back in the day when we were itty bitty wee ones. So
we were baby weebs.
Yeah, we were baby weebs back in the day. I'm pretty sure I have her wand or something as a toy.
Hey, I loved Sakura growing up, dude. That thing, it was good.
Yeah. So we got 3 and 4. Unfortunately, they didn't have 2 because we have 1.
Yeah.
But we put 2 in our Right Stuff order as well. So we'll have that filled out.
Yeah, what's cool is as of filming this video, it might even still be by the time the video comes out, these are actually on discount on Right Stuff as part of their holiday sale. So we were able to get 2 on the holiday sale, and we got 3 and 4 at Barnes & Noble. We haven't decided if we want to go all in on 5 through 9 yet. It's probably going to happen, but it's more like we're trying to save money.
We're trying to budget ourselves, you know. Yeah. We're trying to be responsible adults about this, so.
You guys should all know how to budget. If you buy as much manga as we do, please, please, please stick to your budget.
Yes, absolutely stick to your budget. That's it for me for Kodansha.
So I do have a couple more Kodansha titles. These are all titles that are actually under the Vertical line now. It's really weird. Vertical was absorbed into Kodansha, so I've kind of included them here. So I'm going to put them here at the end. So I was able to find the Flowers of Evil in the single editions, volumes 2, 3, and 6. So I found 2 for $10, 3 for $5.49, and volume 6 for $15, which the original listing price was $11, so this one was a little above, but I didn't mind to fill in some of this collection. I'm only missing the last 2 volumes of this series, and what's weird is that the half price that had these ones actually had the last 2 volumes in good condition. They wanted $80 for the 2 volumes, and I just said I couldn't do it. So they're still sitting there on the shelf as of today. So I'm not sure if I'll go back for it. But we do have the omnibus versions of these that they released, which I would encourage you to get. This is one of my favorite mangas of all time. A really cool story of adolescence, and just it's very interesting. So if you want to check out Flowers of Evil, you really should get the omnibuses and read it that way. But if you're like me, you want to collect all of Oshimi's works that are printed, you're going to try to get both editions, which there we are. So I also grabbed the brand new from Oshimi Avant-Garde Yumiko print. This is awesome. I've actually read this already. It's don't make this your first Shuzo Oshimi that you read. That's all I'll say. You're gonna get it's gonna be very strange if you read this one first.
Read Flowers of Evil.
Yeah, please, because this is it's an interesting series, and it's fun. It's a fun 1-volume read, and I had a blast with it. But it is not for everyone. Let me tell you that. I also picked up to get current and up to date on this series, which is Blood on the Tracks. So I was missing a couple volumes. I was missing volume 11 and volume 12. Waifu and I have only read up through like volume 6 or 7. Yeah,
I can't remember.
And so we need to catch up, is what that means. This is definitely on point in one of the series I would also suggest to someone who has never tried Oshimi. I think this one, Happiness, and Flowers of Evil are really better starter points. Then you can get into some of his weird stuff like Devil Ecstasy, Drifting Net Cafe, Avant-Garde Yumiko. That's the weird stuff. So yeah, I would reconsider before you jump right into those. But really excited to be adding more to my Oshimi collection. I love Shuzo Oshimi. And then I also picked up Sensei Spy Slide Volume 4. So we have in previous hauls picked up the other 3 volumes. I've just kind of been picking them up as they came. I wrapped up this series. I thought the ending was okay. It was okay. It was okay. I don't know. This series was really great in Volume 1 to me. I think 2 was a little more rocky. 3 and 4 helped kind of bring things back together for me. But I think I saw where it was going, and it went there, and it was a bit rough to read. So big trigger warnings on this series as well. Definitely look into it before you read it, because there's some pretty graphic stuff, especially in this last volume, that's a bit tough to stomach. So I would encourage anyone to look into that. But it still tells a pretty nice story. I don't know if I love the age gap romance, but that seems to be popular. It's a thing, but I don't know if I loved that aspect of it. But I do love the finding yourself aspects of it and the figuring out your identity parts of it. So it was still a good time.
Next, we're going to do 7 Seas pickups. I started My Senpai is Annoying. Again, it was an anime that we watched. I think we watched like 2 episodes.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
I liked it a lot, but again, you know, like I'm just going to read the manga faster and enjoy it a lot more. It's also in full color, which is really
super cool.
So I picked that up, and I also added a couple more to our Right Stuff order, so that will be more coming up. And then we also have Rainbow and Black 3. I don't know if this is the last one.
It says it in this final volume.
Okay, in this final volume.
So that is the last one.
So
you finally have it all.
Yeah, I have it all now. I've only read the first one, so now I can read 2 and 3 and enjoy the end of that series. I also picked up The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again today.
Yeah. You picked up volume 1 a while ago.
Yeah, I picked up 1 a while ago, and now we have 2 through 5.
Haul.
So, no, this isn't color, but it's very colorful.
I think this is caught up, right?
Yeah, this is caught up.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 like literally just released. I think I just saw it in stores the other day.
Oh,
so then that's when I picked it up. So yeah, definitely excited to read this. It looks so cute and just wholesome.
It sure does.
And y'all know I love cats, so gotta pick that up. We also got a lot of Dreamin' Sun, which is the same author as Orange, on a Right Stuff sale. So we picked that up. I picked up 1 from Half Price Books.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, so I just wanted to keep collecting that. Again, I love the colors of
so gorgeous.
The covers. I'm a pastel hoe, so. But yeah, I'm excited to read it too. And then lastly, filled out the rest of The Girl from the Other Side, which just concluded with volume 11. There is a volume 12 of short stories. I don't know if I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
If you haven't started picking up these versions, you should pick up the hardcovers because those are gorgeous.
So nice.
I just had already started buying these.
Yeah, I think we were like over halfway with it.
Yeah,
right?
I was over halfway. I didn't really want to like backtrack and wait for the hardcovers to release. But yeah, if you haven't bought them already, definitely buy the hardcovers because they're gorgeous. And there's an anime out now too, so
yeah,
plenty of ways for you to enjoy this, but I'm super excited to finish up this series.
So for my 7 Seas pickups, I got some interesting stuff. So first I found this new, I believe it's a Ghost Ship series, not Ghost Ship, Steamship series. And I don't know, if you saw, I've been picking up some of these Steamship titles because they look really awesome. And I've heard some great feedback about them on Twitter and stuff. So I've been going for it. So I picked up Ladies on Top Volume 1. And yes, it was half off. Someone already bought it and put it to half price. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, someone didn't dig it, I guess. But I thought this looked really fun. And I don't know, I like spicy stuff. So why not enjoy, both sides of the spicy stuff? So enjoy a little bit of the steamship and a little bit of the ghost ship, right? Ride both the boats, baby.
I guess so.
That's what I'm all about. So I'm all for it. I also picked up another Nagatakabi work. And I know these come highly recommended by our buddy Suki. And I've been trying to pick more of these up when I find them. And I did find this one for $7.49 at good old half price. So half off, which is always great. And yeah, these are really cool releases. We have picked up a couple of these already. I have not gotten to read any of them yet, but I'm really excited to try them. I know they have a bit of a, what's the word? Like biographical tint to them. Yeah, it's like the author is telling a little bit of their story. And it actually even says here on the cover, true story on the front. So I think that's pretty cool and interesting. Next half price books I picked up, and I think I bought this one full price. I don't know why. I just really wanted it. Candy and Cigarettes. This looks really cool. I know that volume 2 is already released. I have not read this one yet though, so I am not going to buy volume 2 because I am an adult and I will wait until I read this one before I buy the next one. Because that's how adults do things. No, I'm trying.
We try.
I try my best, dang it. I can't always do it, but I try my dangdest. So I did grab volume 1 of Candy and Cigarettes. It just looks really cool. I really have zero idea what the premise is. People are talking about it though, but it really looks cool to me. And then from Half Price Books, I did find the first 4 volumes of The Dangers in My Heart. And yeah, how do I explain this? I am not generally into this type of manga. This sort of odd couple romance, shonen romance. This might even be a seinen romance. I don't remember. It's generally not my thing. The whole, I don't know what else to even, my brain's blanking. Like the Ayumu won't make his move type. But something about The Dangers in My Heart jumped out at me. I read the first couple chapters. I thought the humor was working well. I think this series could overstay its welcome really easily, but I really want to try it. So 4 volumes, they were each only $6.49 each, so a little over $20 to grab the first 4. I'll try it. If I don't like it, I'll get rid of it. So that's actually all of my 7 Seas pickups for this haul. Now we're going to actually jump into our friends over at Yen Press. Yen Press, if you're watching, we love your stuff. And we would love to, I don't know, get some reader copies. I've heard some of our other buddies are getting some copies. So, if you guys want to hit us on the email, our email, I think it's mywaifuandme@gmail.com. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just putting that out there, Yen Press, if you guys are watching. Here's all the Yen Press manga that we picked up this month. It's not even this month, for the end of 2022. So I did pick up Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish. This was something I really wanted to try, and I really would like to watch the movie that came out. Have not tried it yet, so I can't give a huge recommendation, but I've heard good things. I'm really excited to try it. Lucky me, found it at half price. Someone bought this, I guess didn't like it, returned or sold it to half price, so I got it for $12, which is awesome. A series that I have been reluctantly reading and reluctantly enjoying is Chained Soldier. I don't know what's wrong with me. This is woo! This is generally not something that I would actually read and enjoy. I don't know what's going on. I liked volume 2. I don't know how else to put it. Something's clicking. So I'm buying volume 3 when it comes out. So there we go. Next, I got Sumo Momomo, which if you saw our last haul, I actually just recently picked up some more of this. I think I'm down to just needing like 1 volume of this. I think I only need volume 10. Mm-hmm. So if I can get volume 10, I will have the complete set. I'm excited to try this. I've read a little bit of it. I really liked it. A lot better than Orient. So I'm really giving this series and Maggie a lot of grace because I think they're both going to be a lot better than Orient. But that's just the way I'm feeling about it. If I end up not liking it, I don't know because I almost have the complete set. But I need volume 10 and then I'll be done. So volume 4 of Sumo Momomo. And then yes, you guys are going to make fun of us because I know they just released the
ultimate
collection. The
whatever.
All-in-one of these. But listen, I found these for half price at Half Price Books, okay? These are the original print run of Therme Rome, which is a series I've really wanted to try. I believe these are 2-in-1 editions, but they are large and they are gorgeous. And I do think the new one is very similarly printed, but it's all in one, so they put all 3 volumes in one. Here's the deal, and again, you guys are gonna make fun of us. Volume 2 and Volume 3 is what I found at Half Price Books, and I could not leave them because they were half price, right? Volume 1 is very difficult to find. It is, to my understanding, fully out of print, I think. Yen Press, please correct me if I'm wrong. Volume 2 and 3 are actually pretty easy to get. So I don't know what I was thinking when I grabbed these. I just really want the full set of this version. I'm just kind of holding out hope that I will find a really good price on Volume 1 when the time comes. That's all of our Yen Press pickups for this haul. We're now going to kind of get into...
No, it's not.
Oh. Cut that. Wife, show off your Yen Press pickups.
My turn for Yen Press pickups. It's really 2 series.
Yeah.
So I'm caught up with Toilet Bound Hanako-kun with volume 16. I've really been loving this series, and we also just recently learned this week that they are going to redo the anime.
I don't know. There was a lot of confusion with the the translation. I don't know. Even though the anime just came out, it was really weird.
Yeah, it's strange, but I've really been enjoying reading the manga. It's very enjoyable. Lots of mysteries, lots of supernatural stuff. Great. And then this series I've been enjoying so much, and that's Delicious in Dungeon. And for the end of the year, I picked up 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Oh yeah, show some of those covers. Those are gorgeous.
Yeah, these covers are amazing. If you like things like Dungeons and Dragons, Critical Role, or similar podcasts like that, fantasy, this type of series is definitely for you. It's very enjoyable. It is more on the seinen side, so there's some gruesome stuff in there from time to time, but yeah, you have, like dwarves and elves and regular humans, half-foots, gnomes, and then like all these mythical creatures that you find in fantasy. For example, here, and the backs often have drawings of mythical creatures too. As you can see, I got a lot of these at half price.
Yeah.
This one Luckily, they were doing a 20% off sale because they had this listed for cover price, which doesn't make sense. But it was the only place I could find that. This one we got actually for half price. And
Barnes, I think.
That's, yeah, I think everything else was from Barnes.
Yeah.
Or Kinokuniya.
Yeah.
So, but I am completely caught up with that series now.
And read it all?
I haven't read 9 through 11.
Okay.
So I've read through 8. Also getting an anime next year. Super excited.
That's what I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, I'm really, really loving this series a lot.
That's a big recommendation, y'all. If Waifu's loving it, you guys need to go check it out.
I have pretty good taste.
She has great taste. Okay, so for the last part of this haul video, we're actually going to be going over a couple like miscellaneous publishers that don't really fall into the larger publishers, but they all do manga or have done manga in the past. Some of this is old stuff that we found. So I'm actually going to start with one of my favorite publishers, which I've been trying to collect a selection of their works. It's sort of one of my collecting goals to get a bunch of different series from when they were printing manga. And that is from Del Rey. So Del Rey used to do manga. They had quite a few prolific series under their belt before they went under. A lot of their stuff did get shifted over to like Kodansha, etc., etc. But I like their old prints. So I like the way that they printed these, and I've just been collecting them. So here's a couple of my Del Rey pickups that I've done. I haven't read any of these. So, well, I have some knowledge of them, but these are ones that are just off my, what would I call it? My want list that I've just been picking up at Half Price Books. So I found A Perfect Day for Love Letters Volume 2. This is only a 2-volume series by the same author as Dance Dance Dancer. So I really wanted to grab this one. I'm excited to try it when I get Volume 1. It was only $5.49 at Half Price Books. Then we also found Air Gear Volume 2. And this is probably like the biggest like stretch goal. I don't know. I have a goal of getting all of the original Del Rey prints of this series and then Kodansha through the end, which they ended up having to print the ending of the series. Most of the time we find them, they are just absolutely obliterated, honestly. Like, this one was very yellow, but for half price, I didn't really mind because the spine actually looks really nice. And so I didn't mind that it was very yellowed on the other side. Very readable. You know, it's not like the book was in any damaged condition, so didn't mind grabbing this. But this is Air Gear Volume 2. So we have 1 and 2 of the Del Rey prints. There's a lot more to go of those, by the way. Next, I picked up on a really good deal, the Reservoir Chronicle Tsubasa, volumes 1 through 7. These were all $5.49, but they were also an additional 20% off at Half Price Books. So I got these for like a really solid price, and that made me really happy. And this is also a longer series. I don't remember exactly how long off the top of my head, but I know I've got quite a few volumes to go. But nice to get a good chunk of 7 of them out of the way for like literally less than $5.50. 20% off $5.50, probably like four something a volume or something like that. And then I did pick up these two, and one of these bummed me out. Most of these Del Rey prints I can get for below retail. I actually paid over retail for volume 1 of Princess Resurrection. They only printed 5 volumes of this, which I don't believe is the full series. But I was able to get volume 1 for $20 at half price, which it's whatever. And then this one was for half off. So I kind of thought, they even each other out, right? Yeah. This is volume 5, so I'm missing the in-between parts. But there is an anime for this series. It's one that I really like the artwork. It reminds me of something like Soul Eater, you know? Kind of in that same vein or aesthetic. I'm not sure. Maybe there's even a connection between the two series. Like maybe there's maybe Soul Eater's author was like an assistant on this or something. I have no idea. It happens sometimes, though, in the manga industry. You find stuff like that connect series together. But that was all of the Del Rey manga that I picked up for this haul. And now I have to give a huge shout out to Udon Entertainment. Udon is a very cool company. They do a lot of great social media presence, in my opinion. They do good. They're just great online. So we decided to pick up, because they were on, it was like so I got these. I was originally going to wait for the hardcovers of this series, okay? And I just couldn't wait anymore. I really wanted to read it. And I saw the box set versions, which are already less than the price of each volume individually. I saw the box set versions for an additional 30% off on Barnes & Noble. And I literally was like, Waifu. It was like a Cyber Monday deal or something.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it was a good deal.
I was like, I can't pass it up. So I did get the box set versions of Summertime Rendering. So here's some cool shots of the artwork. Here's the interesting thing about these. These are Barnes & Noble exclusive box sets. The only thing you get with them is this cardboard sleeve. There's no extra. So don't worry if you pick them up normally, but this is all the soft cover editions of Summertime Rendering. It's not the hardcover versions. And I was going to wait out and get the hardcovers, but I could not wait. And I ended up reading this series, and it easily was my favorite series that I read in 2022, to be honest. I read it beginning to end. I blazed through it, and honestly, just awesome. Really cool story. lots of elements from things like video games and fantasy that I love. And I just think it blended all of it really nice and wrapped itself up really well. So huge shout out to Udon Entertainment for bringing this series over, getting it all out. I know that there's been a bit of a struggle with them getting the hardcovers out, so people are still waiting on those. And, you know, if I say it's worth it to wait if you really want the hardcover editions, but the softcover versions are gorgeous. They did a great job with the softcovers. So if you want to just opt for those and get the box sets and save a little bit of money, then do that. You know, I think they did a great job. The print is great on these. So definitely consider that option. I would encourage anyone who wants to read the series to do so. Great series. Huge suggestion for me. Yeah, you guys should read it or watch the anime. I heard the anime was great too, but definitely read it. It was a good read. It was a really good read. So yeah, that's all we picked up from Udon Entertainment for this haul.
A couple more small pickups from smaller publishers. So first is Volume 1 of Little Witch Academia. I think it's based off the anime actually.
Yeah,
so,
I need to Google that, but I think the anime might have come first, maybe.
Yeah.
Or they like released simultaneously, something like that.
But got it for half price. And yeah, originally published by Kadokawa Comics.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't really have much of a presence over here. And then also really great pickup with the Barnes half price sale was Miyazaki's Shuna's Journey.
Yes.
So worth it on the half price sale. I would recommend getting it for a discount because
it's really overpriced.
It's $28 for
tiny,
not a lot. It is full color.
It is.
There is that. I mean, so that is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
And that's probably why the price is higher. But yeah, so this was published by First Second, which I don't even really know what that is.
Must be a really small publisher or someone who does just unique or one-off books, which that happens all the time.
But it's really cool because it's a manga by Miyazaki.
It's Miyazaki, baby.
Yeah. He's king of anime.
It's Miyazaki, baby.
King of anime.
King of anime.
And
I
movies? I don't know.
I gotta point out, this was reviewed and they decided to put on the back here, we have quotes from, you can see that, Guillermo del Toro, the a prolific director. He says, a story that is at once eternal and fresh. And then the actress, Daisy Ridley, a rare gem from a beloved master storyteller. I thought those were comical, the two people they got to put the quotes on the back there, but
it just really doesn't make sense.
Yeah, why those two people? I don't know. But it's a really beautiful printing though. I gotta give shout out to First Second Books because it's a really beautiful print. It's just expensive.
It's great.
But we got it for half off.
Yeah,
so.
we got it for half off.
We got it for half
off.
off.
It
was great. We got it. We're down to the last two publishers that we picked stuff up from for this month. First, I keep saying this month. It's not this month. We're down to the last two publishers that we picked stuff up from for our end of 2022, which really covers about 2 or 3 months worth of manga that we picked up. So we picked up volumes 8 and 9 of what I love these. The perfect editions of Soul Eater. They're finally starting to kind of put these out at I don't know what their pace is. It was like they slowed down for a minute and then they picked back up and now they're putting a bunch of them out. I don't know. I hope this gets finished soon enough. I've been reading them. I think I'm on volume 6. Yeah, I'm on volume 6. So I have a couple to catch up on. I have only ever seen the anime, which kind of diverts at some point to tell its own story. And so I was like, you know what? I'm buying these. I want to read them as they come out. So I'm trying to keep up with these, but they got fast on me. So it's a really cool kind of Halloween-y shonen series. It's a fun series. I really enjoy it. This is released by SquareEnix Manga. So the original print run was actually done by Yen Press. Mm-hmm. And then now that SquareEnix prints here in the US themselves, they took back over to do the hardcover re-release of this series. And these are really cool. They're printed on sort of that photo paper type. So there's lots of color pages. Yeah, there's lots of color pages inside of here. Just really well done with all of these. So I've enjoyed reading them. And yeah, if you really want to try a shonen, I'm going to say it. I prefer it to Fire Force. I think I like it a little bit more. Not everyone's going to feel the same, but I like it. It's a cool, that 2000s aesthetic shonen, which is kind of nostalgic for me. So Soul Eater 8 and 9. And from the last publisher, I don't know why I saved these for last. I kind of just went in order from like the publishers we buy the most from to publishers we buy the least from. So I only picked up 2 volumes from Tokyopop this month, which is volume 3 and volume 5 of Raidmaster. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now with these. Raidmaster is my favorite Mashima work. I'm not the biggest Mashima fan, and I'll admit that. I think that Fairy Tail and Eden Zero weren't exactly my cup of tea, but I do like Raidmaster. And Maybe it's my nostalgia glasses talking. Maybe I just feel like he kind of had some different ideas here that he was playing with that I really enjoy. But Raidmaster is really cool. And it felt more fresh, I think. And it also has that 2000s aesthetic that just works so well for me. So I've kind of decided I'm going to slowly pick it up. I'm not rushing on this series. I'm not trying to spend an exorbitant amount of money. If I see volumes, I'll buy them at half-price books. That's my goal right now. So I'm not in any rush for it. It's just sort of a side project to pick these up. But it's fun, older action, shonen. So I now have volumes 1, 3, and 5. So I'm missing a lot of the series because it's like 40 volumes or something like that. So yeah, that is all of the manga we picked up for the back part of 2022. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know it was a lot of manga again, and easily over 100 volumes again. So
yeah,
we're definitely going through a lot, but we're so excited to continue to share our manga collecting journey. I hope you guys enjoyed the setup. You guys saw, if you saw our manga reorganization video, we finally got our kind of setup going. So now we actually have a background. We have a table in front of us, which is nice to be able to have when we film and record. And yeah, it's just going to keep getting bigger, keep getting better. And we're just excited to continue to share that with all of you who have watched us throughout 2022. It's just been such a joy and such a pleasure, honestly. So you guys that are watching, make sure to wish Waifu well. She's going through a lot. She's always going through a lot, but we're so happy to have her.
I've had a lot of health issues this year, and it definitely has impacted our upload schedule for the channel. So, I just want to say that I appreciate everybody being understanding of that. And yeah, I am happy to just be here and alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so thankful that I have a husband who takes such good care of me. And, we're finally figuring out just kind of what's going on with me. So we're really excited to go into the new year with a lot of enthusiasm and to keep growing our channel. So yeah, I just wanted to say, thank you and thanks for being patient.
That's so wonderful, guys. We love you guys. Keep reading manga. Keep collecting manga. Keep loving manga. This has been another episode of My Waifu and Me. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.